Today I'm going to be making up some bagged meals to take with us up to the old place for our 2-week vacation to our place in Virginia. And I want to have, instead of having to go through the cabinets and pick through and try to decide what I want to make, I'm trying to make ahead several meals that I can just grab the bag of ingredients out and just be able to put together and go. So for these, I have a bag of the 92nd Spanish style rice. I have a 7-ounce can of salsa verde, a 12.5 ounce of chunk chicken breast, a pack of taco seasoning mix, a can of green chilies, 4 ounces, some tomato and green chilies or rotel, whichever one you want to use, 10 ounces. I have a can of Mexican style corn, it's an 11-ounce can, and a 10-pack of tortillas. And I may or probably won't use all of them for this meal, but I can use them in another meal we might do later. So for those, I'm going to try to get everything in our bag. So let me move things to the side. I may have to move some things around. I had it in here, so maybe I'll get it back in here. Let me move this one to here. This one here. Get our pack in front. And I'm not going to put the tortillas in a bag. I'm just going to rubber band them to this pack. And then just close it up. So if I was doing burritos, I would just mix everything together in a container, put it in the burritos, put them in the oven and cook them for a bit, or fry them in a pan. I'll kind of show you what I end up doing with it while we're up there. But if I was going to do the enchiladas, I wouldn't add in the chili verde. I would use it to put on top of the enchiladas as they're cooking. So this is our first meal. Chicken burritos or chicken enchiladas, whichever one you'd want to fix. Our next one is going to be a pizza spaghetti pasta or spaghetti pasta. The only thing I don't have for this yet is our black olives, and only thing I have here at the house is the bigger cans, and I want one of the little small cans to use for this. So I will be getting that sometime this week to finish this pack out, but that's the only thing left for this one. Now you could add some dried prepared salamis that are prepackaged. You could do a can of, let me grab, if you wanted to do some hamburger in it. I've got sausage cans you could put in this pack. Excuse me. Whatever you like on your pizza that you can do for limited, long-term storage, you could put in these. But like I said, we're going to be using these in 2 weeks, so I'm not worried about any of this I'm putting in here. I'll probably also, once we get there, add in some peppers and onions and a little garlic, but I'm not going to put that in my bag right now. So here's our pasta spaghetti. So here's our pizza pasta. Okay, I found a can of black olives I had in the basement. I didn't realize I had those on my storage shelf, so I'm just going to add that to our pizza pasta bag. So these out of the way. Gonna balance our bag. And I'll store all these in just a big container. And then once I get up to our place in Virginia, I'll end up putting them in the cabinet up there in these bags, so I can just grab the bags out when I want to cook a meal. All right, that's that one. Get some of that air out. Okay, for our next meal, we're going to have cooked ham, macaroni and cheese, the shells and cheese, bacon bits, pork and beans. We're going to make baked beans out of these and this. In here I have a teaspoon of minced onions and a half a teaspoon of minced garlic. I have a pack of ketchup, the little snack packs, and I have about a cup of brown sugar, which I'm going to use on the ham and in the pork and beans. I may add some pineapple to this one too to cook with the ham when we cook it, but I may not. I like it either way. I do have extra spices and stuff up there, so as I cook I may add to it, but this would be good just the way it is with just what I have here. I would mix this, some of my brown sugar in, and all these seasonings with the beans, add a few of the bacon bits, not the whole pack because that would be too many for me. But whatever you wanted to add, you could add bacon bits to the shells and cheese if you wanted to also. But this is just our next meal. So this is mac and cheese with baked beans and ham. I wish I would quit hitting the tripod. Slide that one behind maybe. Yep. A lot of times it's just figuring out a puzzle to see how you can get everything in your bag. This can sit on top of the crack can. This can slide over here. And then let me slide this one down in the back. Let's see if we can get it closed. If not, I may have to put these in a little plastic bag. I don't think it's going to, but I'll put them in a little Ziploc bag and add it in here. But that's the mac and cheese, ham, and baked beans bag. Okay, I added these to one of my Crofton resealable, reusable bags. I'm just going to fold it and stick it down in the bag. And get it started. These are not the best sealing bags, but they're okay. Okay, there's our sealed bag. Forgot the ketchup. Got to have the ketchup. Okay, I did have some sliced pineapple, so I'm going to take the mac and cheese bag out, put this in the bag, and I'll rubber band this to this bag. Okay, so it'll look like that with the big rubber band around it. I just don't have any over here with me right now. Okay, our next meal is going to be a chicken fried rice. I have a 12.5 ounce can of chicken, a 15 ounce can of mixed vegetables, a package of the microwavable white rice, the roasted chicken flavor. You can use any kind. I'm just trying to use up some of the stuff I've had in my cabinets. And then I've got a fried rice seasoning mix. So with this, the only thing I'm going to have to add, which I will have up there with me, is some oil and some soy sauce. And the eggs I always have because we have our own chickens here at home. So we'll be taking eggs with us, so I'll have those to add later. But this is just the meat part of my meal for this. So let me fix my label. Whoops. So chicken fried rice, add oil, soy sauce, and eggs. So we'll get our chicken in, our rice in, our vegetables, and our fried rice packet. Now, if I was doing these to put on my shelf here at home for Jeff to have to be able to do a quick meal, I would do him a little recipe card to go in it so he'd know what to mix together, how long to cook stuff, and all that. But since I'm just taking them to the mountains, this is what we're going with. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to have a chicken rice casserole with the gravy we'll make and mix and pour over top of it after it's done. So we've got our roasted chicken, 12.5 ounce chicken breast, a can of cream of celery soup, mixed vegetables, and a package of the chicken gravy mix. So let's get these in our can. I mean in our bag. Let's move that one up there, put this one here. Got on my bag, something on the outside of it. And our gravy mix, and that's the chicken casserole with chicken gravy. All right, let's get on to our next one. Okay, for this one, we're gonna make a beef pasta, but I'm adding to it to make us a heartier meal. It calls for milk. It also calls for water, for a cup of water, but I will be using the broth from this. Now, this is venison. You could use beef, whatever you want to put in it, but it's a beef pasta, so I'm going to use the beef broth that's in my jar from where I canned it, and I'm going to use my evaporated milk. I have a can of mushrooms I'm going to add to it, and this is a 5.6 ounce pasta box. So I know it's not a lot of pasta in this, so the venison is going to be our main protein and part of our meal. So let me get my bag fixed and I'll bring you right back. One thing I want to tell you, I remove my lids after I'm done canning, just so if they come off, I know they're off. But the one exception to my rule for doing that is if I'm traveling with canned foods, stuff may jostle in your box. I don't care how you try to package it. So just to be on the safe side, so I don't spill if it does come loose, I put my ring back on for travel. And then I'll check it again once we get where we're going and take it back off. But I just don't want to, the biggest thing is not having the mess. I can replace a food or something if we have to with something else. But just to be on the safe side, anytime I'm taking a canned foods somewhere, I put my rings on for my travel time. So I don't know if I can get all this in. I haven't tried this one in a bag, so we'll have to see how this one goes. I may have to do this box to the outside. I think I will. Like I'm gonna have to do that macaroni and cheese. So we'll have these inside and we'll rubber band our box to the outside. Now, if I was leaving this in storage for a little while, just to keep critters and the temptation down, the smell, I would probably put this one in a bag too and just still rubber band them together. So I know they were for a meal to go together. So that's our beef pasta meal. Okay, for our next one, we're going to have 3 cheese tortellini, a 6.5 ounce can of white mushrooms. You can use any kind. I've got roasted garlic Alfredo sauce. This is a 15 ounces. And I have a pint of ground beef that I canned. Again, with this one, I'm going to put my ring on for travel. And we're just going to put it in our jars. In our bags. These bags are really aggravating me. I'm trying to close them. Okay, there's that one. Okay, this one will be a trial. We're going to do corned beef, kraut, potatoes, carrots. I'll cut up some onions, fresh onions, to add to it when we get up there. I'll bake that probably. Then on the side, we'll have some mushroom risotto with some mushrooms and brown gravy for that. So we'll see how this combination goes. I've never made it like this before, so I'll let you know. So let me get all this one bagged up. This one's probably going to be a little crowded. Oh, I need to put a ring on this one. Hold on. All right. Let's see what all we can get in here. All right, I'm knocking everything over, guys. Okay. Let me add that in. Slide this down in here. And we'll do that one. I may have to do this as a 2-bag one. Maybe I can get it here. We'll see. If you ever get it started, these are like I said, they're hateful to get started. Okay, I forgot to label this one, so I'll just label it here in a minute. But this is our corned beef and our mushroom risotto bag. Okay, this is my chili bag. And I may have to do this in 2 bags because I don't have the 2-gallon ones. I've got my canned ground beef, Rotel, or the generic, pinto beans, kidney beans, black beans, a can of tomato sauce, some chipotles. Now, I won't use this whole can. I'll probably just use a little of it. But I may use that in some of those other meals that I'm cooking if I want a little extra spice or something. And then a bag of chili mix. So let me get this one packed up. Put a ring on that jar. Get my bigger. I think I'm going to have to do this one in 2 bags. Just because I've got so much stuff. Put the taco mix in that one. Grab another bag. Now for this chili, I've got chicken, I've got canned pork. You could do any of them in this chili mixture, or you can just do it with the beans and be good. Now with this too, you can do it just like it is, but I will probably add a little fresh peppers and onions when I cook it. But we'll see that day what I end up doing. So this is the chili mix bags. And this is going to be my pizza bag. Now, I will have mozzarella cheese with me, but we'll have it in the freezer. I mean, in the refrigerator, our gas refrigerator at the cabin. But just to do this without it, you can use just Parmesan cheese and have that as your cheese source. I'm also going to need all-purpose flour, salt, and olive oil, but again, I'll have those up there with me too. So I'm not going to separate the flour out, just put in this bag because I already will have a big container of that up there. And we have pepperoni, mushrooms, and some bacon bits for our toppings. Again, like some of the other things, I'll have peppers and onions also that I can put on there. So that'll be some extra toppings I can add if I want to. So let's bag this one up. I tried to find the small containers. You used to get little containers, but I couldn't find any anywhere while I was looking for items to take with us. So we're just going to take the big one and we can use it on other foods or meals as we want to. And I have canned sausage. I could add some of that into this bag if I wanted to, but I'm just going to do the bacon and pepperoni and cheese and mushrooms for this one. Pizza kit. Can't write too good. Sideways. Okay, that's our pizza. Okay, guys, I'm showing my age. I forgot my marinara sauce, so I'm just going to add this into our pizza bag. totally forgot about it sitting over here on the counter. I had it over here to the side. So I am going to add this in. Y'all were probably wondering, well, what kind of sauce are you going to use? All right, this bag is going to be our spicy tacos, pork tacos. I have a quart of my spicy canned pork, a bag of Spanish rice, some refried pinto beans. I have a packet of taco sauce that was left out of the whole packet, not just shells, but one of those prepaid that we didn't end up using. So I'm going to put that in, and some taco seasoning mix. This is already seasoned, but to give it a little more taco-y flavor, we'll add the taco seasoning pack. So I'm probably going to have 2 bags for this one too, because I'm adding this quart to this one. I like to never got that bag in there. So we'll do these to this bag, and then we'll get another bag for our beans and rice and pork. And let me put a ring on that. Beans and our rice. And y'all, this spicy pork makes the best burritos, taco. It is so good. If you like to can, check out that video. But I love the spicy pork. It is, you can just eat it by itself. It's just really good. So there's our 2 bags for our taco kit. Let me label here. I forgot I had some nacho cheese sauce to go with this one too, that we may can use on some of our other Mexican style meals we had. So I'm going to add this one to the bag. I also got salsa for the bags too. This is a bigger one, so I'm just adding it to a quart bag, and we'll just put it to the side with the other one. And I just labeled it for what it goes with. Okay, for this one, I'm going to make a version of this from the Martha White. I've made it before doing this whole recipe, but I will have to have some smoked sausage, onion, garlic, chicken broth, hot pepper sauce if you want it, and an egg. I've got I'm going to use this for my cornmeal, buttermilk, oil, sugar, and cheddar cheese. I'll have the other thing, some of those other things with me, but I'm just putting this in my thing, and I'm going to leave this with me just to remind me what all I need to add to it. This is really good. If you like sausage, black-eyed peas, and you like greens, cornbread, you need to give this one a try. It's a one-pot dish, but mine will not be identical to this recipe, which I've used before. We're just kind of making up a little, that'll be my inspiration for this meal. May not be exactly the same. So that's what we've got that we're taking with us. And I do have powdered buttermilk and milk and canned milk that I may take some of that, but usually we have a gallon of milk and half a gallon of buttermilk and, you know, stuff like that we take with us. We either have in our deep cooler or the small refrigerator, gas refrigerator that we keep. Okay, this will be the sausage black-eyed pea skillet. I'm going to add this jar of chicken stock to that bag because I just happen to have it sitting here from where I canned it and hadn't took it to the basement to the shelves. So I'm going to place it in the bag, and we'll have that already available.